No stretch of water has seen the world change more than the River Thames. This winding waterway connects the old world with the new. And watching on from his penthouse above, Jeffrey Archer spends time thinking about what he does best: writing.
My publishers came to me and said, "We want you to come in and read a short story." Why, I said? They said, "Because we'll take your short story, you having read it, and we will be able to do all 28 of your books as if you had recorded them. And if that wasn't enough, and I'm in 119 countries, in 47 languages, they said, just on you reading that short story in English, we'll produce it in 47 languages."
For his 29th book, we asked the world's most popular AI program to write a Jeffrey Archer novel. Jeffrey might not like this.
Oh no. And what happened?
Well, it might sell a few more copies than you have done.
What? I've sold 275 million copies, young man.
Well, you might finally break through the 300 million.
You might have heard about ChatGPT, and if you haven't, you need to know about it. It's at the absolute frontier of artificial intelligence. In fact, when it was launched almost a year ago, it was downloaded and used by 100 million people in 2 months, making it the fastest adoption of technology in human history. There's a very good reason for that. It can do things that you could only dream about. It can write you a speech in seconds. It can give you a recipe. It can give you a university essay. It's said that it's passed legal exams and medical exams as well.
So I have gone to a program and asked it to create your next novel and then put this to words. This is a presentation addressed to you.
Hey there, Lord Jeffrey Archer. I'm Sophia, and I'm thrilled to have this opportunity to chat with you. First off, I must say your literary success is mind-blowing. You've inspired millions with your captivating stories. Now, here's the exciting part. I've composed an idea for your next bestseller.
What?
But wait, there's more. My awesome friend from Australia will personally guide you through it. Brace yourself for a journey filled with suspense, twists, and unforgettable characters. Together, let's create magic that'll leave readers begging for more.
What are your thoughts so far?
Terrified.
Well,
Terrified because...
strap yourself in.
Terrified. Do you know, it takes me... do you know, when I wrote Cain and Abel, which is 45 years ago, every draft was handwritten with a pen. And I wrote the next draft handwritten. Now it's typed up and given to me, and I work with a pencil, and still I'm doing 14 drafts. Are you telling me all I'll have to do is chunter into a machine?
For Tom Graham, the age of the machine and the potential of artificial intelligence is a universe that throws up endless possibilities.
You'll be able to create videos of your grandparents and make sure that effectively they never pass away.
Yes, I think that you can give people the opportunity to continue to, live their lives while engaging with a memory, but it's more than just a memory or a photo album. It may be an interactive, version of grandma or grandpa, and you might have breakfast with them every now and then and ask their advice about something.
How are we going to stop people just ripping off your image and sticking it on somebody else?
I think that on the criminal level, we will continue to see an increased amount of generative AI used for identity appropriation for fraud, political misinformation, and things like the appropriation of identity for deepfake pornography and other use cases like that. All of these are examples where someone's likeness is being used without their consent. We need to really address that as a society.
Listen to me. I have your daughter.
Good afternoon, Senators. It is my great honor to speak with you today and share my experience on how artificial intelligence is being weaponized.
Jennifer DeStefano lives in Phoenix, Arizona. She's mum to 4 kids,
I found out that school doesn't start on the 9th, it starts on the 10th.
including 16-year-old Brianna.
Yes, I saw it. I was like,
At first, I was concerned for her safety, but then it turned into your worst nightmare. It was fear, it was panic, it was, what do I do? Who do I call? How do I just go through this?
It was January 2023, and the dark side of AI came calling. Number unknown.
I thought, well, unknown number could be a doctor, it could be a hospital. What if something happened? Maybe I should answer it. So I proceeded to answer the phone on speaker and said, hello. And it was Bree crying and sobbing. And she goes, Mom, I messed up. And she continues to cry and sob. And all of a sudden I hear a man say, lay down, put your head back.
Shut up. Lie down. Put your head back.
She fades away as this man comes on, takes the phone from her aggressively and starts saying to me, listen here, I have your daughter.
Listen to me. I have your daughter. Do you understand?
You call anybody, you call the police. I'm gonna pop her stomach full of drugs and have my way with her. I'm gonna drop her in Mexico and you never see her again.
And you will never see her again.
Luckily, there was a couple moms that I know very well who came from around the corner. One of them immediately says, I'm gonna call 911.
You were genuinely thinking in that moment that you'd never see your daughter again.
I was absolutely thinking at that moment I would never see my daughter again.
I want $1 million.
The man on the phone was demanding $1 million cash for her return.
At that point in time, the mom who had called 911 came and she's like, hey, 911 told me about this AI scam where they can take anyone's voice and they can replicate it and they're using it to scam money. And I heard what she said, but I was like, look, I talked to my daughter. It wasn't just a voice recording. It wasn't a sample. I had a conversation with her. It was my daughter. She's crying. And she's like, well, they just wanted to let you know that there is this scam and that could be a possibility.
Quite honestly, I had no idea what was going on. Honestly, just sitting in my room doing homework.
In fact, Bree was with her father.
Once I had heard what had happened behind the scenes, I was like, oh. And I was completely unaware that they could even have my voice.
The bad guys had used an AI program to piece together a fake conversation using Bree's voice.
What do you now know about this AI scam? How much effort and detail did this person go to replicate your daughter's voice?
The level of detail and tracking and following that it would take to replicate this, that's what concerns me the most. I don't know. I know that AI can take a sound, a very simple sound, even your answering machine on your phone. So it really does start to undermine what's real and what's not, and then how much of us, how we're exposed we are and how exposed our lives are, even when we try not to expose them.
In this age of AI, mother and daughter are worlds apart. Jennifer has learnt about it the hard way, while Bree knows only too well what lies ahead.
Bree, are you worried about digital manipulation, pictures being turned into nudes or anything like that?
Oh, completely. I mean, you see that all the time. Even with kids my age, we can, I know kids that can pull up an IP address in seconds from sites like Omegle, and I know kids that can take pictures and warp them into whatever they want in seconds, just with technology. I mean, kids my age are so much more far advanced than my mom's generation in technology. And as we get older, and we already have that basis of how amazing we are with technology, I mean, with the new AI technology and our skills already, what's gonna come? We don't know.